Sagittarius, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to be looking at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it, Sagittarius. Happy birthday. We are in Sagittarius season. I hope you're really enjoying this time of year. It's such an exciting time of year where, you know, the hustle and bustle of the holidays, seeing people, friends, etc. can be so fun, so exciting. I hope you're celebrating yourself. I hope you're celebrating how fabulous you are and enjoying your season. All right, so let's get in. Sorry for my awkwardness. Let's get into it. We are in Sagittarian season, obviously. Mercury just went into retrograde, and when I'm recording these messages, side note, are always timeless. Use your discernment, take what resonates. But when I'm recording, Mercury just went into retrograde, and we're coming up on a new moon in Sagittarius. So new moons are really good opportunities to lay the groundwork, lay the foundation. But we are really being challenged and tested in a lot of different areas of our life right now. And as much as maybe we're aware of the things that need adjustment and changing, it doesn't necessarily make it easier, right? Because we think we're doing it right. We have a certain idea, goal in mind, and it's not working. It's falling flat, and we have to be creative and inventive with the approach. So we'll start off with this energy cleansing, set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. This is also a really good time to set your own intention, which is a great way to personalize these collective readings. Just any messages, questions you would like Spirit to answer, definitely give those over, be open to receive. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of services, but I do personal readings if you want me to look at your specific situation. I would be happy to support. I also do energy healing and holistic wellness consultation, helping us realign with our mind, body, and soul, which is so imperative. It's so imperative nowadays. We need a strong foundation to work from, right, Sagittarius? And it's definitely showing itself. It's showing itself in the collective, in the astrology. So let's get into it and go from there. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see, understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, my love. Okay, let's get into it. So Mercury going into retrograde in Sagittarius is kind of putting limitations. Well, we're seeing this really all across the board with all the planets that are in retrograde. Limitations to our plans. Needing to take a different approach, be more creative and inventive with our solutions. There is support. There's been balance. There's been balance in the energy lately. However, it is still requiring us to be wise and to be smart because there are some things lurking in the background, i.e. Black Moon Lilith in opposition to Chiron, that we need to be really mindful and aware of. Whenever I see this nature card, which is your overarching energy this week, it's all about grounding. It's all about being stable and strong within yourself. You are a fire sign. You're great at expansion and growth. Just making sure that you're not pushing ahead too quickly, right? It is a time to vet opportunities. It's a time to seek new opportunities, but also make sure to vet those opportunities. You don't want to walk into something blindly. And there's a part of your energy that maybe, yes, you've spent a lot of time working, focusing on yourself. Maybe you're a little bored over it, done with it, etc. Maybe you're like kind of dipping your toe in the water in terms of experience, seeing what you can. It's not about getting away with, but what you're able to handle. Maybe you are inviting in new opportunities, seeking new things out lately to see how balanced you remain. I feel like you had to do a lot of self-evaluation, self-focus, and you're coming out of that recognizing, look at this, it's all about perception, right? It's all about how we want, there's always a different perspective. There's always a different viewpoint. And when we are able to adjust our limiting perspectives, that is where we find abundance. That is where we find harmony and balance and success. And a lot of the things, like I was saying earlier, are coming in to throw you off course. Okay, to try to challenge your wisdom, challenge your knowledge, your strength, your ability. I feel like that's why you've been spending a lot of time focusing on yourself, making sure that you feel good. And I do think that with this perception card, you're having this awareness around how you can see something differently. Maybe a viewpoint of yourself from the past really wasn't what it seemed or what other people were saying it was, projecting a lot onto you. And you've spent a lot of time moving through this, healing this, but now you have to actually put it into practice, right? That is where you are going to find this integration, this harmony, so that when you take steps of expansion, when you, make choices for yourself, very interesting, the Wheel of Fortune ruled by Jupiter and the Sun, which is ruled by Leo, which is all about putting ourselves out there, like being confident in who we are and knowing yourself. When you're confident, when you are centered and balanced, when you're not constantly putting yourself down or allowing other people to put you down or saying you can't do something or you're not good enough, etc., then you're going to get more of that confirmation. And I feel like, what is this? Okay, wisdom and dreams. There's a lot of things that are coming up in our dream space right now. Pay attention if you are dreaming, having vivid dreams. They're really giving insight into what is going on. That's that Neptune in retrograde in Pisces, where the conflict is coming up for you in your life and where it's kind of taking away from your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, the places that you do limit yourself because of a lack of perception that honors and supports you to get to the next level. It's all about trusting your instincts right now. And I do feel like there is a lot of self-talk that has to happen. 6 of Cups we're seeing with the High Priestess, really tuning into what your instincts are telling you about people, about situations, and what their perception of you has been, and that you don't necessarily have to fall into that anymore, right? You are allowed to go after what you want, you are allowed to achieve it, and you are allowed to not feel ashamed about it. There are some people lingering who just don't get it, and I'm not sure that they're gonna get it right now anyway. To be honest, this is a common theme in the collective. Yeah, it's emotions, it's overwhelming feelings, thoughts, fears, anxieties taking over. Right now, the moon is in Scorpio, another water sign. Again, we have high water element right now in the astrology. So emotions are going to be triggered. People are going to be more emotional. And I think there is a lot of emotions around what is changing, what is no longer the same. You're feeling that too. But you want your happiness. You want your happiness. It's for you. That's more important. Mars in Pisces. So you want to feel good about what your life looks like, how you are putting yourself out there, the people, the relationships that you have in your life, etc. That's very important. I feel like you're searching it out, but I think sometimes there can be a little bit of a disconnect with this Ace of Cups. Maybe even putting yourself out there a little bit more, I'm hearing. Not being so on the defensive. I feel like there is some defensive energy because of where you've come from and who you've dealt with. People in your environment 100% that just constantly cause drama and chaos. And that's now changing, right? I feel like they've continued to do so because, again, they're trying to get you to think, feel, believe something about yourself that is not necessarily true. They also know that things are changing. It's making them a little bit nervous, but I feel like at the same time, that's why they continue to have this approach of anger, frustration, trying to get at you. It's also, again, heightening this fear that you might be experiencing about opening yourself up to other people, other situations. You are really disappointed with how things have gone. There's a lot of fire energy in your cards for you this week, Sagittarius. Like this need to want to expand, to kind of find not only, okay, so the moon's coming up in your energy. It's not only like you want to find new opportunities, connect to things with that do resonate, especially like as you're moving away, walking away from things that did not, things that you were finding a lot of conflict in. But there's still this lingering disappointment, and I think there's still maybe some expectations from old relationships or relationships that are kind of dying out. Expectation to maybe have a conversation, to talk. You're still focused on yourself 100%, but I think that you are still working through some of this. And the challenge is there's not communication. It's not like you're able to like process through this with the other person. There's not a lot of finality. It feels very ambiguous. It feels very open-ended. So remaining grounded, remaining stable, within yourself, especially as we're getting this justice adjustment card in this deck, which I really do like. I love the representation too. That need to have refined balance through the process, not going too far one way or the other on the spectrum, and a need to support yourself through that in order to be able to achieve that. So if you are getting triggered, if you are getting, having a lot of issues, having a lot of troubles with people, situations, knowing when to tap out, right? When to kind of maintain your sanity, maintain your perception of yourself, of your thoughts, of your beliefs. It does feel like someone's trying to maybe bully you a little bit into like following them or thinking the way they do. But it's not really gotten you anywhere. Honestly, it feels like it's a really stressful dynamic. It feels like there's a lot of maybe some manipulation or illusion or a lack of communication, and there's like a lot left to wonder. I don't know. It's very interesting. Someone's feeling like they failed, and I think it's not about that, right? Especially if this is coming from you, Sagittarius, like, it's not about failure. It's about the fact that there's learning, there's things that come into our life that give us wisdom with how to move forward in a more conscious and mindful way so we can connect with and achieve our dreams. but it is this value that comes through harmony and balance, right? And you can't really achieve that when someone's always causing drama, causing conflict, maybe even being a little bit of an a-hole, like saying a lot of just mean things. There's a lot of anger, and it's not that you can't handle that. I feel like if anything, you're a fire sign and you can. But this is something that you cared about, something that was really important to you, something that feels really disappointing with how everything went. You know, it was a complete disconnect from what you actually wanted to have happen. So now it's time to choose peace. It's peace within yourself, peace towards the other person, be gentle with yourselves and others, self-care time, compassion. It's so important to take care of ourselves. As I was saying in the very beginning, like health and wellness is our foundation of success. If we're taking care of our mind, body, soul, it's way easier to make decisions that are more peaceful, right? Unfortunately, people, situations like this, like the drama, they like the conflict, they like the fighting, and so they're gonna go after that if you take the bait. And I think it's time to just like disengage is what I'm hearing. We're wrapping up a lot. We're headed into the last month of the year. Yes, there is some retrogrades that are following us into the new year, but it's a really good time to kind of flip the script, to tie up those loose ends, especially as we head into this new moon in Sagittarius, making those new plans, setting that new intention about what you actually want your life to look like, what makes you feel happy and fulfilled, not this BS of drama and chaos. Double confirmation on this nature, Sagittarius. So get outside if you can, bundle up if you need to. It's getting kind of chilly, a little crispy out. Or, you know, just find ways, like maybe do some planting, you know, get some house plants or just something that kind of connects you with the earth, a little more stability. I love taking a walk, even if it is a little cold out. It just really revitalizes your heart, your mind, your soul. It also kind of helps like work out the tension and frustration, and then there's a lot of clarity. In Ayurveda, it's breathing in that prana, that life force, which we need to circulate through our system. So we are making decisions that are wise and intelligent and not just crossing our fingers, hoping it works out. All right, Sagittarius, I hope this helps. Thank you so much for your time and energy always. I super appreciate you. Definitely drop comments below if it resonated. I always love to hear or just connect, share, and a little love, little TLC. No, I appreciate all the love and support you bring to the channel. I am sending it back your way.